So now let's just animate that arm length. You know that it is easier to animate the arm length than the animating the camera with some timeline and lerp node. But there is many times that you need to animate camera as well. You should see all the opportunity, all the options, so you can do whatever that you want to do. Okay, so now let's just see how we can animate this arm length. Right now, what we are going to do, we are change when we are at the unaimed state, the arm length we want it to be 300. And when we are at the aim state, we want to change this arm length to 100. Okay, so how we can do it? Let's just bring all of these node to right. Why I'm doing this? Because we have some collapse node that I wanna expand it again. So I wanna delete this unaimed because we don't wanna use it anymore. And in here, for this collapse node that we create, we can just right click on it and expand it. Okay, you can see we expand it and everything now is cool. With this, we don't wanna change the camera location, so let's just delete that camera. And again, we don't want to set the relative location for our camera, so let's just delete that as well. We don't want to lerp through two vector, right? Because we don't want to animate our camera anymore. Maybe in future we want to, but right now we don't want, so let's just delete that as well. What we need is just these timeline that start from 0 to 1 in 1 second, right? So let's just, like before, connect the pressed to play from start. That is finished. Now let's just expand this one for going from aimed to unaimed. So let's just expand this as well. We don't need set relative location. We don't need the camera. We don't need this lerp vector node. We just need this timeline. So this timeline is for going from aimed to unaimed, and this one is for going from unaimed to aimed. Okay, both of them are the same. In 1 second it gives us a value between 0 and 1. That's it, right? We should connect this release like before to play from start. No, what we are going to do, we are going change the spring arm length. Okay, so how we can do that? We can get it like this. Okay, and in here search for target arm length. Okay, and it will give us some option, and the one that we want is set target arm length, and you can see we can set the target offset as well, but right now we want to just set the target arm length. Now with that, I want to use this for when we are going to the aimed. Okay, so the target arm length, we want it to be 150, right? So at the when we are going to unaimed, we want this target arm length. We can just Control C, Control V to copy it to here. And right now, when we release the rightmost button and we play this, we want to change the arm length again to 300. Okay, we can get the target from here because we are changing the arm length in this spring arm. We don't want these values to instantly go to 100 or 300. Again, we want to use lerp node. So let's just right click in here, search for lerp, and this time just the lerp that we use it for a float value, and this target arm length is just for a float value. So we can use this aim value, that is a value between 0 and 1 connected to alpha, and in here, because we are going from unaimed to aimed, we want to go from 300 to 150, right? So with this lerp function, we can lerp through these values and connect it to the target arm length. So now if we connect the update to here, now let's just do the same for this bottom one. So what I want to do, Control C to Control V to paste it here. Now in this state, when we release the rightmost button, what we are going to do, we are going from aimed to unaimed. So we want to go from arm length 150 to 300. Okay, and we can connect the aim value to here, and in a return value we want to set the target arm length so it will smoothly go from aimed to unaimed and unaimed to aimed. Now with that finished, let's just connect these to play from start like before. And now I want to bring all of these blueprint that we create before and connect the execution pin to them so they work like before. And now let's just give this execution pin the update to this set as well. Now if we compile and run our game, when we right click in here, it will go to aimed state, and when we release it, it will go back to unaimed. But difference, if we go here and right click, we can go left, go right, go up and go down. Everything is working fine and nothing. And our character, we always can see our character beautifully, right? We can do whatever we want in it. And the turn left and turn right is working fine. You can see everything is working fine. Go up, go down, everything is working fine for us. And that's how we can fix our problem. But for the animating the camera, we always need to animate camera. But whenever we can do our animation with the spring arm, we should do it that way. But if you can't do it, sometimes you can't do it with the spring arm. So you need to have camera to have some cool animations, right?